at MSU Hitman. Jason.
Wow.
Ian, what is the market on Hyperkin's lines of replacement consoles/controllers like in California? In St. Louis, they just seem to rot on shelves, as around here it's original stuff or bust seemingly amongst buyers.
I love answering these sorts of questions because it really puts into stark contrast just how different, areas of the U.S. are. I mean, we think of the U.S. as one country, but I mean, it's freaking massive. I mean, you compare
pretty big
it to,
country.
Yeah, you compare it to any other place, and it's like, yeah, you can fucking shove a few countries
There's
in
8
here.
countries in the U.S., really.
So, it's things are going to be very, very different down here in the Southwest than, say, in the Northeast. So the Hyperkin line of replacement consoles, specifically the consoles, sell very, very well. And right as I felt like they were starting to lose in popularity, they were starting to die down in popularity.
When was that, you think? Like 5-6 years ago?
No.
Or
like
more recent?
A year and a half ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a year and a half, 2 years ago. We started noticing that our sales in original NESs and Super Nintendos were going back up, and our sales in Retron Duos were starting to taper back off a little bit.
Okay.
They released the Super Retron HD and the Retron HD.
So now we have the HDMI products that are coming out finally.
Yeah.
The clones.
And they're hardware clones. They're not emulation based. The Retron HD is like $40. The Super Retron HD is $70, and it has 2 controllers.
They all crack the technology. And so all the companies have their HD version.
Right. They they do some sort of upscaling to 720p, and people look at these things now. They look at the old Nintendo, and I think at this point, so many people just go, "Fuck it, I don't want to deal with the old hardware anymore." We're at that point where collectors aren't buying into the whole "I have to have this piece of hardware." A lot of the people who come in are like, you know what? No, I really am just good with buying the games and playing the games, because they can get a Retron HD for cheaper than an NES.
I mean, buying it on modern hardware.
Yeah.
And playing on a modern TV.
Yeah. They can get a Retron HD cheaper than you can get an NES. It hooks up quicker. They're going to be playing it, in 5 minutes.
You don't deal with blowing out the card every 3 seconds or cleaning it as much.
Right. It loads from the top. I'm not saying that hooking up an NES is a hassle. It's not. But to some of these people, they're going to get home, they're going to fiddle with it for 5 minutes, and their head's going to explode.
Sure. We're in a different marketplace now with digital games where you don't want to have to figure out how to play your games anymore.
Right.
You just want to play them.
And I think, we are getting to a point where we're finally getting smarter on some of this stuff, and people realize that just because it's a Nintendo and it's old doesn't mean it's worth $1 million, doesn't mean it's rare, doesn't mean it's magically going to disappear. So if they decide they want that original Nintendo system, they can buy one later. But they get that Retron HD cheaper. That's an extra game that they can buy right then and there, and they can shove it into their HD TV with no issues.
Yeah, they can move it around. I don't have to say, okay, let's find that CRT that still works.
Right. So, yeah, we sell a shitload of those. I mean, every order, we just keep increasing the number of Retron HDs and Super Retron HDs we order in because they sell like crazy. And we warranty them for 3 months, and then Hyperkin has an even longer warranty on those products that they have like an extended manufacturer's warranty. And I can't tell you how good or bad it is because I've never had to deal with anything on that my own.
Sure.
But, yeah, I don't have a lot of problems with them within the 3-month window, but I've had people tell me, sure, yes, they've had problems with their Retron products a year down the line. But if they're slapping a 2-year on some of those products, like a 2-year extended warranty, really at that point, what's the risk?
For a $40, $50 item. Yeah, it's like
$40 for a Retron HD.
It's not like the Retron 5, which is $200, $250. That's a little bit different.
Yeah, $160. Yeah, $160.
Originally it was $200, $250. Yeah.
No, we always had them at $160.
Well, the Retron 5 came out, it was $200.
Dude, it was not.
It was $200 when it came out.
I promise you it was not $200.
Oh my God. I bought it from Luna for $200 when it came out. Are you serious?
Yeah, they were touting it at under 100, then they said 140. We got boned with them at 160. They were selling them everywhere else at 140.
Oh man, I was thinking about what they're going for on eBay at the time.
Anyway,
I thought they were like $200.
They were not. They were not 200. So, but still, like a fraction of the price. $40, you're out the door. So
did you rip me off at Luna for more than the retail price on a Retron 5 for the review I needed? Yeah.
No, we did not. You're just misremembering.
Okay, I need some ginseng on that.
So yeah, there we go.
So do you think that's going to help keep it's keeping the old software alive a little bit longer, because you have hardware that still supports the old software versus saying, fuck it, it's too hard anyway, we'll just get rid of the software too.
In a way, I think it's actually kind of boosted interest in Nintendo
a little bit.
and Super Nintendo.
The last hurrah, so to speak, maybe.
Well, there's been a lot of people who will look at the NES and kind of get like, maybe I don't want to deal with this, and then they have an option right there.
That's easier.
Sure. I mean, I literally watched a mom and her son hem and haw over the NES for a while, and I didn't step in because it seemed like the kid really wanted the NES, and I wasn't gonna, try to steal his thunder. But when she was going over the, the price and the pros and cons, I jumped in and mentioned the Retron HD, and boom.
So the Hyperkin Retron 2, that's not HD. What's the HD? Is there an HD Duo yet or no?
No,
it's just one at a time still.
Yeah, it's just one at a time.
Okay, I was gonna say, because if they figured that out, they probably couldn't though, because if it's not emulation, it'd be kind of hard to put the guts of both of those into one.
No, they did with the Retron Twin was not emulation.
It wasn't.
Or the Retron 2 was not.
Was it a
emulation.
chip? Was it on a chip?
Yeah, it was hardware. It was hardware.
Okay.
Yeah, it was on a chip.
It wasn't a system on a chip though. That's what I mean when I talk about emulation. It wasn't doing the same original type of hardware, but with, you know what I'm saying?
It's not emulation like a Retron 5. It's system on a chip.
That's what I mean. Getting rid of that system on a chip stinks. That's
what all of this is. It's still hardware.
Oh, okay. I guess we're splicing hairs. Hardware versus system on a chip. Guess I'm thinking about FPGA more. Okay. All right. Well then, there you go. The last hurrah for original NES games because of the HD. Before we get to laser vision.
Oh Jesus!
Figure hologram NES game.
Did you see that weird display that was being tweeted around?
It was
like a rotating display.
Yeah, something out of Blade Runner.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
It was fucking crazy.
Was that an older thing though, or is that newer?
No, that's newer. It was like at some sort of computer show, like technology show, like sometime this year.
Some sort of CES type of show.
Yeah, some sort of CES squad.
You gotta do like visions of us like that on the podcast, versions of us. Like,
yeah, I mean, as soon as like Pikachu and Mario came out, I was like, fuck, I want that.